At the time of recording, yesterday was Halloween. Pretty spooky, right? But you know what's ever so slightly scarier than Halloween? An unexpected mini patch. Now, these can be both a trick or a treat, and lucky for us, we got an absolute treat. Now, I'm only going to be talking about the changes to the core game, so if you want all the deets about Junkenstein's lab, look elsewhere. I don't really see the point of a patch for a game mode that's going away in a week. I'll get into it in a minute, but first I'm going to ask you to subscribe, as I want to keep making Overwatch 2 content that isn't only entertaining, but informative too. Now, let's break down the mini patch and see all the treats we got for Halloween.
Oh, let's break it! Damn!
Starting with tanks, Orissa's armor got nerfed down to 300, swapping 50 armor for 50 health. Her javelin now does 70 damage, down from 80, and Fortify no longer reduces the heat generation on her gun. All of these changes are great, as it's made her less of a raid boss and allows you as an enemy to breathe more when fighting her, because overall, she's got a slightly lower damage output. Moving on, Ramatra's punch got reverted. If you somehow didn't know, at the start of the season, they decided to turn Ramatra into a shield breaker rather than having him punch through shields, stripping him of all of his uniqueness and practically destroying his identity. But they've reverted this now because people thought it was dumb and pointless, and, well, it was dumb and pointless. Finally, Bull got a slight buff to his ammo count, increasing from 80 to 100 per mag, and his grappling claw duration has been increased from 6 seconds to 8 seconds, allowing for an extra bit of movement. Overall, these tank changes are very good, but knowing Blizzard, they'll probably buff Orisa again and we'll go back to square one next season. It's the fact that I'm joking, but this is probably gonna happen. They're so predictable, it's hilarious. Anyways, moving on to DPS. Well, moving on to Sombra, as she was the only DPS to see changes. Her hack now exits stealth when hacking an enemy. The delay before entering stealth with Translocator has been reduced from 0.5 seconds to 0.33 seconds, with the fade-in time being reduced from 0.3 to 0.15 seconds, and her ultimate now costs 10% less than it did before. Overall, some pretty good changes. This ultimately just means that she enters stealth quicker and gets her ult faster, but she exits stealth when hacking, which seems fair enough, because it gives you as an enemy a better chance to track her down and take her out. Even though the cooldown on Translocator is ridiculously short, so this might not necessarily be the case, considering she has this get out of jail free card. Last but not least, we've got Juno, who is the only support to receive any changes, with her ult now healing 85 health per second rather than the 100 health that it used to. This is exactly what she needed. Orbital Ray was without a doubt one of the most broken ults because of the healing output on top of the damage buff. It was acting almost like Zen's Transcendence with a mercy damage boost thrown on top, which isn't really fun for anyone. Having Juno ult meant you instantly won the team fights, and as much as I like an easy match with a free win, it got pretty boring. In terms of balancing, this might be the best nerf that they've made in a while, so good job Blizzard, you actually made a good balance patch. But that just about does it for the balance patch. I say just about because, as I briefly mentioned at the start of the video, there was a bigger balance patch, but it was solely to Junkenstein's lab, which is why I didn't talk about it in this video. It's a completely different subject matter, but if it turns out that they're gonna make the game mode into a permanent thing that gets cycled through Arcade, then maybe I'll consider talking about it because it's pretty fun. But for now, the balance patch is kind of redundant considering the game mode is going away at the end of this week. Anyways, thanks for watching. Once again, I'm gonna ask you to subscribe and leave a like on this video, as it lets me know that you've enjoyed it and want to see more. Let me know what you think about this mini patch in the comments. Do you think it's good, or do you wish they made some other changes? Finally, have a nice day or night if you're watching this at night, and make sure you check out some of my other videos. Not only will I appreciate it, but you might too.